Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, or welcome to our channel if you're new here. We're Six-Sided Scribes. I'm Jugal.
And I'm Nahal. And today we've got an interesting battle for you. We thought we'd move away and go a bit smaller in scale. So I thought we'd try out the new combat patrols from 10th edition. But additionally, we've got a new army on the channel. Something that I've been working on ever since we started the channel, and I'm really happy to introduce it for you guys today. It's the Necrons. My first Xenos army, actually.
It took you guys long enough to wake up.
Yeah. Well, what can I say? Coffee's hard to come by in the 41st millennium. But having said that, guys, it is a new army for me. So if I do make any mistakes playing it, please let me know down in the comments below. I'm here to learn and get better with the Necrons. But what's the mission we're playing today, Jugs?
So today we're playing Forward Outpost, and to match the Necrons on this combat patrol, I'm bringing my 1,000 Suns. So there'll be quite a few bodies for you to shoot at.
Yeah. So
Zangos in the 10th edition.
Bit of headcanon that we've got going on over here is this used to be an Imperial world where the 1,000 Suns have landed and they've defeated the Imperial overlords, and they've now claimed the planet for themselves. And they just got a scouting patrol going around, picking up any stragglers that's left. But what they don't know is this is actually a tomb for the Necrons, and the Necrons were slowly in the process of awakening, but the battle has actually stopped their awakening process, and all that's woken up so far is basically this one little combat patrol.
Yep.
So they're here to basically do the old man thing and kick the kids off the lawn so they can go back to sleep. But having said that, guys, if you like this sort of content, please do subscribe to our channel, do all the YouTube stuff, comment below, like this video, go check out some of our other stuff like that too, comment there as well. It really helps us with our growth and appeasing the YouTube overlords. But without any further ado, let's get into the list.
And it is time for the Coven of Temporis to do something. So today for the 1,000 Suns, I'm bringing the Coven of Temporis. So in the combat patrol, the 1,000 Suns are a little more limited. We still have our Kabbalistic rituals, but instead of the 9 we normally have, you only have the 2 this turn. So leading today's Coven is Arak the Time Weaver, and he has the enhancement of Arch Diabolus. So this gives him the Lone Operative and Deep Strike keyword, but also turns his psychic powers, the Screamer's Invocation, into a pistol profile, which I'm hoping to pair very well with the secondary I've chosen for this Coven, that is the Bringers of Change. So each time I kill a model in every phase with a psychic attack, I get up to D3 victory points. So pretty swingy, pretty Zinchian. Following up, the Infernal Master is a 20-man brick of Zangos. I've gone with the Chainsword Bolt Pistol because I like the extra attack and I like them shooting, so they're not really locked to one phase. And to round out this combat patrol, I've got a 5-man squad of Scarab Occult Terminators with all the bells and whistles. So they come with the Hellfire Missile Racks and the Soul Reaper Cannons. So with that is the 1,000 Suns combat patrol, and let's see what the Necrons have for us.
The Necrons woke up after 65 million years, which is about as long as it feels for me to have to paint them. I'm just kidding. I'm really glad to have brought out my Necrons in today's combat patrol game. I've of course gone with the combat patrol that's come with the index for Necrons called Amonatex Guard. It's being led of course by my warlord, which is the Overlord Amonatech. He has his Staff of Light and Tachyon Arrow, which is basically what he was modeled with. I've also taken the enhancement Protocol of Resident Focus, which basically lets him point at a unit within 12 inches that he can see, and my entire army gets reroll once you hit against it. He of course will be attached to a squad of 10 Necron warriors. The only ones that I've got all have Reapers on them, so guess what? I'm running a squad of 10 Necron warriors with Reapers. Now, alongside these guys, I have a squad of 3 Scorpec destroyers, basically hyperphase weapons everywhere, but they now come with the Canoptic Plasma Sight that gives them devastating wounds for one fight phase or battle. Destroyers aside, I have a squad of 3 Canoptic Scarabs. They're basically going to be running around doing things. Don't know what they'll do with OC0, but they're just going to be a harassment unit. And of course, the big walker, which is the Canoptic Doomstalker. So he's going to be sitting back, pointing and shooting, and hopefully deleting. Well, that's the combat patrol that I've got today. The secondary that I've picked for today's mission is called Reclaim and Dominate, which is a roundabout way of saying behind enemy lines. So I get 4 victory points for every turn that I am in my opponent's deployment zone. I think it pairs really well with the primary mission in the army, where I get victory points for holding my enemy's home field objective. So that's my army, those are my enhancements, that's my secondaries. Let's move on to the game.
Today's mission is Forward Outpost. The primary mission is Vital Ground. So in this, in the end of your command phase, you gain 5 victory points for each of the objectives in No Man's Land that you control, and you get a whopping 10 victory points if you control the objective in your opponent's deployment zone. Now, the little mission rule is called Sabotage Enemy Comms. So at the end of your turn, if you control the objective in your enemy's deployment zone, for the rest of the game, your opponent can no longer use the command reroll, which I think is going to be very potent and very dangerous. And with that, let's move on into the game. Okay folks, I thought I'd take a moment to talk you through the deployment of the match and how our terrain is based out. So Forward Outpost has short-end deployment. We mark our deployments on the 12 inches from the center. I rolled a defender and had to deploy here first. So I dropped my 20-man squad of Zangor right in the middle. Hopefully they can go on either side of the objectives and just adapt as the game goes. I put my Terminators on one side and my Infernal Master on the other. So another rule of combat patrols are all battle line units have sticky objectives, which means if they're holding an objective, it's considered as theirs even if I move off it. So I've deployed them on top of my home field objective, which is the little gold at the bottom back there. In No Man's Land, we have 2 other objectives on either side of the AdMech terrain, which is some beautifully painted line of sight blocking. And over on the Necron side of it, we have the one objective here. So Nihal, do you want to talk us through what your thought of deployment here was?
Well, really, it's pretty straightforward. I've got my 10-man squad of warriors here with the overlord there. The idea is they're just going to be advancing because their weapons are such short range. So I wanted to get them to basically just make a beeline along that angle. On this side in the building, hopefully well hidden behind those crates, are my Scorpic destroyers with the little plasma side there. And I've actually put my scarabs into reserves, so they will be coming out at some point later down the track. And of course, behind them all, sitting over here, hopefully a little obscured, but able to move out to whichever direction he needs to be, is my Doomstalker. So that'll be fun. Let's see where he points. So having said that, Jugs, you ready for the most important roll-off of the game?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so do you want to go first or second?
Honestly, with your short range, I'm kind of wanting you to go first.
Okay, weirdly enough, I do want to go first. So let's see what happens. So let's see.
I roll a 5.
And I roll a 4. Nope, T-Sons are going first.
Zinch, you fickle, fickle monster.
Yep.
We'll be back after the movement phase for the 1000 Suns. Here we are after 1000 Suns turn 1 movement. So it's been rather quick, only 3 units to move, but it's surprisingly easy going. So my Scarabacas just move 5 inches closer to the objective. Their guns are just within range of the warriors over here. So,
okay.
3 guesses on whom shooting.
Okay.
The Zangors have moved 6 inches. I was debating whether to advance them, but I decided to try to just move them, try to get some line of sight blocking in case his warriors decide to be courageous and move and shoot.
Fair enough.
My Infernal Master moves 6 inches just behind the crates, because he's lone operative, as long as he's outside of 12 inches from my enemy, he can't shoot me. So I'm just kind of keep him a little safe and try to set up a turn 2 attack with him.
Okay, looks interesting.
But with that, let's get right into the shooting.
All right, so you've got these Scarabaculs there, shooting straight into my Necron warriors.
Now, I am outside of 18, so I can't shoot you with my smite, but my bullets will have to do.
Okay, so you can't use mind bullets, but actual bullets will do.
Yes. So, Storm Bolters, hitting on 3s, lethal hits on 6s, toughness 4, so wounding on 4s.
4-up saves. Nope, make 1 but drop 3. So that's 3 warriors dead.
Now, moving on to the Soul Reaper Cannon. So, 6 shots, hitting on 3, lethal hits on 6s. And now this is strength 6, I'm wounding you on 3s.
5 at AP nothing, so 5 4-ups. That's 7 warriors dead.
And now for the Hellfire Missiles. 4 shots, hitting on 3s, 6s, lethal hits again.
Okay.
Now these are wounding you on 2s because I'm strength 10.
4 5-ups, I need to make these, otherwise the warriors are all dead. Nope, that's 8, 9, and 10. I'm gonna spend a CP and reroll 1, hopefully keep 1 warrior alive. Yes, I keep him alive on a 5. Oh, that is so cool. Okay.
Okay, now I feel like that's gonna come back to bite me because you are gonna have some reanimation shenanigans, won't you?
A lot of it. But okay.
Alright. Well, I don't really score primary or secondary this turn.
Yep.
But I think I hurt you.
Yeah, a lot. So that 10-man blob is not 10 anymore. There's one guy left over there.
Decimation!
Alrighty. With that, we'll be back after we've rolled for reanimation protocol on these guys. And yeah, movement phase for the Necrons turn 1. Okay, so welcome to the end of the Necrons movement phase turn 1. Command phase stuff. I had to roll a battle shock check on my warriors because the overlord's in there with a leadership of 4+. Rolled a 5, the warriors are fine. Then I rolled for reanimation protocols. Given that they were within range of that objective there, Necron warriors actually reanimate D6 models, but within range of an objective is D3 plus 3. Guess what? I got 6 back. So off the 1 guy that was left, off the 9 that you killed, you effectively netted out only 3. So I'm really happy with that. And once that was done, the way I reanimated them was I put them in 1 at a time and sort of strung them along, daisy chained them a little bit further, and then moved them 5 inches. So effectively getting into range of that objective over there, and the intention being these 4 over here have line of sight and range into those angles. The other 3 in the back do not. The overlord does overlord things. Over here, I just sort of moved my Canoptic Doomstalker a little bit, so he's got line of sight onto those Scarabaculs back there. And the Scorpex just sort of moved up. They're 7 inches, hid behind the crates so they can get a turn 2 charge. So that being said, it's pretty straightforward, pretty quick movement. Let's get into some shooting, shall we?
Alrighty. Who do you want to start first with?
Let's start with the warriors. So because characters do give the units that they're in +1 to hit, means the Necron warriors are now hitting on 3s. So let's see how they do into said Zangos. So I have 8 dice from the warriors into the Zangos, hitting on 3s, lethal hits on 6s. 5 hits, wounding on 3s, strength 5. Oof, okay.
They have a 6-up armor and a 6-up invul, so looking for 6s.
Nope. Kills one guy. Alrighty. Woo!
And with that, I'll spend the 1 CP that I gained from this turn on something called Mutant Culling, which means after my Zangos have been shot, I can move D6 inches in any direction. Let's see how much I can move, shall we? 2 inches. Not worth the CP, but I'll take it anyway.
Okay. So, next up, we're going to go with the Canoptic Doomstalker into the Scarabacul Terminators. I have clear line of sight straight down the middle, so I shouldn't have any room to hide from the Doomsday Blaster, which is a massive get-off-my-table gun. So let's see what it does.
Because my guys are made of dust, I'll say it because they can't. Gulp.
Now this gun is blast, so it's D6 +1 +1.
Okay, so d6 plus 2.
I have to spend my CP and reroll that. Into a 5. Yes.
So 7 shots, that's impressive.
I am hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s.
4 up invulns. Let's see.
Oh.
What's the damage?
Flat 3.
Oh, that's 2 Terminators dead. Yay. Turnabout is fair play, so.
Do not have any charges set up. Just, actually, let me see if I can try a long bomb charge. It's going to be 9 inches into the Zangos. No, I'm not going to do that. They've got chainsaws and I have no brains. So I'm just going to call it right there. And we'll be back after we've done some scoring. Jugs has moved his Zangos 2 inches. And then again moving them at the end of his movement phase.
Here we are, 1000 Suns turn 2, just after the movement. Luckily, I did not lose enough to take battle shock tests, but I'm going to do a lot of killing now.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's the face of evil there, guys.
It changes. It's not ever the same face.
Yeah.
All right, we did some simple scoring. It's simple, we didn't score.
Pretty much. Yep.
And let's move on to what I've done in my movement.
Okay.
So, my Zangos moved 2 inches in the last turn for 1 CP. I don't know if it was worth it, but it got me closer to making a charge. And then they moved another 6 inches. And my Infernal Master came around the crates right up here. So even he doesn't really have too far to charge if I so choose.
Okay, my warriors are making concerned robot noises.
My Terminators over here have moved up 5 inches closer. Probably stupid. But I'm going to try to shoot at the Doomsday Arc with my Hellfires. And
You mean the Doomstalker?
yes, the Doomstalker. I'm sorry, it's the same gun. You know, you just... So my Terminators come up here. They're holding the objective because they are OC2. But I might try a suicidal line in charge later.
Okay, this will be fun.
But while we're here, let's get on to the shooting.
Alrighty, where are we starting?
Well, I'm going to start with, so the Zangos hitting on 4s.
Wounding on 5s. 3 up armor.
Yay! Now let's move on to the Infernal Master, who will be targeting the warriors again. Physical bullets first. Strength 4, so I'm wounding you on 4s.
That's a wound.
That's a wound at AP -1.
So, cover save.
And now we move on to the Screamer Invocation.
Okay.
I'm using the Focus Fire, which gives me hazardous, but it is 2d6 torrent. So
2d6 torrent.
let's see if I can kill more than I take damage.
Okay, so 2,
Let's see, 2d6 number of shots,
4,
9.
5. Zinja's number. Interesting.
So I'm wounding you on 3s.
I am at AP1, so I'm still need 5s.
Now, because I did kill a model with a psychic weapon, I do get my secondary that's called Bringer of Change.
Yep.
Let's see how many victory points I get because it's D3. That's why I'm using red dice. 1.
1.
My Terminators here. I will put my Smite and the 2 Stormbolters into the
Scorpex.
Scorpex back here.
Yep.
While I put my special weapons, the Hellfire and the Soul Reaper cannons, into the Doomstalker. Hellfire missiles. 4 shots, hitting on 3s. So I'm wounding you on 3s. Let's come back to the Soul Reaper cannons, shall we?
Okay.
3s. So I'm wounding you on 5s with devastating wounds. That's 1 mortal wound.
So needing a 4 up save.
Now the Stormbolters into the Scorpex, hitting on 3s.
3 up saves.
For the grand finale, Smite. So 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Now you are infantry, so I'm anti-infantry 4+. That is my shooting phase.
Okay, that was a lot less damage. Are we charging now?
Yes, we are.
Okay, what are we
So
charging?
first, I'll start with the Zangos, charging the warriors in the back.
Okay.
6 inches.
That should do it, actually.
Okay, now the Infernal Master with a 9-inch charge.
Nope.
No. Now the Scarabs need a 9-inch charge. 10.
They make it in. Wow.
Yes, they do.
Alrighty. We'll move the Zangos and the Scarabs and we shall be back for the fight phase.
Here we are at the start of the fight phase for the 1000 Suns. Now, because it's the start of the fight phase, I'm going to remember to use my Cabal rituals, my Kabbalistic rituals this time. So I'm going to use it on my Scarab Occult Terminators. So for 2 Cabal points, I get to reroll 1 save in this phase.
Okay.
That being said, let's move on to the Zangos. We have officially made the charge and I piled them in 3 inches, but essentially only 10 of them can fight.
Yep.
Still a whopping 30 attacks.
Yeah. To kill 3 warriors, that's a bit of overkill.
So hitting on foes. I am wounding you on foes.
So let me take them one at a time for the warriors and then the rest on the overlord.
Okay.
Okay, so on the warriors, I have 3 left. So the first guy, alive. Second guy, alive. Third guy, dead. Fourth guy,
Reroll that. Fourth guy.
Fourth guy, dead. Fifth guy, alive. Sixth one is still alive. And
Come on. Dead.
I need to see me roll that again because I need to keep 1 warrior alive.
Don't you dare.
Oh, CP, come on, 4 ups. Yes! Okay, now for the slap from the Scarab Occults into the Scorpex.
Yes. So from the Prospering Kopeshes, that's 3 attacks each to a total of 6 because you were rude enough to kill 2 of my guys. Hitting on 3s. So I'm wounding you on 5s.
1 at AP2, so 5 ups. Makes it.
4 attacks from the Aspiring Sorcerer. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s because I'm strength 6.
4 up armor. Kills a hurts a guy.
D3 damage.
1 damage. Okay. Hurts a guy. Doesn't kill him. I am going to slap back and I will start by piling in. And while I'm here, might as well pop the Plasma Sight to give the Scorpex devastating wounds. Okay, turn 2, Necrons. It's been interesting. Rolled for Battle Shock, rolled an 11, so my warriors are completely fine.
Yeah. And in hindsight, I rolled a hazardous test for my Infernal Master. Oh, I wonder what's that little red thing next to him.
Yeah, that's a big Skull of Death. So you rolled a 1 for your hazardous test off camera.
So he took 3
mortal
wounds. He's after 1.
Okay, makes my job that much easier. I'm going to use the Overlord's enhancement and point at the Zangos. So basically anything that shoots at them now, or attacks them rather, is +1 to hit. I rolled for reanimation, got another 5 back. So Jugs has effectively netted out only 1 dead warrior so far. So I'm really enjoying this. The CP that's keeping the 1 warrior alive that brings back 5 more. They fell back. The Doomstalker stood still. So he's gonna now get +1 to hit from all his heavy weapons, which is going to be really fun. The Scorpic Destroyers elected to stay in combat, given it's only the Sorcerer. See what happens there. And from reserves, I have brought out my Scarabs. So they are now strung out a little bit. Hopefully going to make a beeline that way into the enemy deployment zone. But this guy here is still within 3 of that objective, so I'm now holding that objective.
Okay.
That's been an interesting movement phase.
Yes, it has. All right, let's start with the shooting.
Okay, let's start with the shooting. Quick addendum before we proceed. I also failed to mention that I rolled for reanimation on my Scorpex and the Doomstalker. The Doomstalker, if you remember, had taken 2 damage. He is now back up to full health. And the Scorpex that had taken 2 damage only managed to heal back 1 this turn. So he's down to 2 health as well.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 wounds there. So,
but having said that, let's get into shooting. Don't have much in the way of shooting because these guys fell back. So the Doomstalker is going to put everything into the Zangos. So we measured it and it's by a hair's width that the flares are within rapid fire range of the Zangos. So let's start off with the Twin Gas Flare. Hitting on 3s because you didn't move. Strength 4, toughness 4. So it is twin linked, indeed.
So 6s.
Now let's do the big giant gun, which is gross overkill. So it's d6 +1 +3 more for blast. 9 shots hitting on 3s. rerolling ones from the Overlord.
So
Wounding on 2s.
So 6 up involves.
And I think that's the end of the shooting phase here.
In protracted combat, I believe I would fight first.
Yep, so would you like to start?
Yes, I would. My aspiring sorcerer has 4 attacks into the Scorpex, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s.
4 up armors, makes it. No devastating moves this time, but let's see what the Scorpex can do. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s.
For 4 ups, hopefully I can make these.
No.
2 damage.
Yep.
I will CP reroll one of these, putting me down to 1 CP.
Yep.
If I can.
No. Close, but he falls. The scarabs fall. I think that's been quite a fruitful turn 2 for me. So we shall check for some battle shock and then be back with the 1000 Suns for turn 3.
Thousand Suns turn 3, and it's not looking very good. I'm gonna count it as a victory, a moral victory, if I can put down those Necrons.
The warriors. There's still 6 of them standing there.
So in the movement phase, I've stretched out my Zangos this way, just in case I do really well and somehow kill them between the shooting and the psychic phase. Then I can possibly try to make a charge at the Doomstalker over there.
Yep.
That's why I stretched them out. But if I still fail, I can still pull them all towards the unit again for charging.
Fair enough.
So that is my plan. I'll start with the Zangos shooting into your warriors with the little pistols. 11 shots, hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s.
4 ups is what we want. Nope. It drops 3.
Now the Infernal Master with his pistol and his psychic going into the warriors and Overlord again.
Okay.
Now his 1 pistol, his 1 gun that will not kill me. Hitting on 2s, that's a hit.
Yep.
Strength 4, so nope, misses. Now his Screamer Invocation, which I'm doing the hazardous profile again for 2d6.
Oh.
That is not worth me risking my death. I'm going to spend a CP to try to reroll that, so I'm down to 1 CP. 2d6. Wounding you on 3s because I'm strength 6.
AP2 puts me in a 6 up armor. Still 2 standing. You want to roll a hazardous test?
Please not a 1, please not a 1, please not a 1. Since I did kill a model with a psychic power, let me see what my VP shall be, shall we?
Yep, okay.
So D3. 2.
2 VP. That's not too bad. Get it?
I will charge with everything and the kitchen sink.
Okay, back into...
So the Infernal Master makes it with an 8.
Yep.
And the Zangos make it with a 10.
Perfect. Awesome. So we'll move all these models and we'll be back soon.
Now, with the Zangos completely wrapping your Overlord there, I'm going to try to hug him with my chainswords.
Okay, that's a lot of hugging there.
Chainswords, hitting on 4s.
Okay, so 4s. So I've only got 2 guys left. So let's roll 1 at a time. So kills the first guy, kills the second guy. Okay.
Now the Overlord has a 2 up armor save.
2 up armor save on the Overlord. No AP, right? So 2 up armors. Yep, the Overlord's fine.
4 attacks from the Aspiring Sorcerer. Hitting on 3s.
2 3 ups. Makes 1 damage.
D3.
Okay.
3!
Okay. Everything from the Overlord into the Infernal Master. From the Staff of Light. You think he'd have more attacks, but no. Just 2 attacks, 3 attacks hitting on 2s, all hit. Wounding on 3s. Oof. Okay. This is going to be an interesting little bubble.
Yeah,
but
and unfortunately that is the end of my turn for 1000 Suns. Pressure this game is very clearly going to be yours, but let's see how that goes, shall we?
Okay.
On to the Necrons Turn 3.
Welcome back to the Necrons Turn 3. It's been an interesting one for me, more on the scoreboard, because so long I've been lacking in that department. But things are about to change, I have a feeling. Let's see what the Necrons have done. So basically, to start off with, need no battle shock across the board. The warriors are dead, he wasn't below half strength. As far as reanimation went, he only regained 1 wound back, and the Scorpex there, they were down 1 wound, so they've regained that 1 wound and are back at full health. So as far as scoring goes, my Scarabs that were here got me 5 victory points for holding that objective. Now in the movement phase, my Doomstalker stood still because honestly there's nowhere for him to go. My Overlord stayed in combat. My Scarabs over here moved up onto this side. I had to advance. I rolled a 1, which wasn't enough, but I CP rolled it and got a 3 on the advance, which basically allowed me to do 2 things. One is take Jugs' home field objectives, so that gets me the 10 points for the mission, but it also prevents him from using the CP reroll stratagem, which is going to be handy. And the second thing is the 3-inch advance is what I needed to get wholly within Jugs' deployment zone. So now that gets me my reclaim and conquer. So that's 4 victory points every turn moving forwards. Cost me 1 CP, but worth a lot of VP. Meanwhile, over here, the Scorpex advanced around the corner. I got a 5 on their advance, basically allowing me to move them in this sort of a daisy chain. The idea being the guy that's at the far back is still within 3 and holding that objective, while the other 2 are actually closer to the Zangos. Hopefully he can keep them tied up for a bit longer. And let's see what happens moving forward. Now, nothing much to do in terms of shooting. I would have shot my tachyon arrow if it were a pistol, but unfortunately it's not. No other shooting anywhere else. The Doomstalker can't shoot into combat. Let's move straight into combat.
So I believe I will fight first.
Yes, you do fight first.
So let's go with the Infernal Master, because I know that's what you're going to try to kill.
Pretty much.
So 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s.
3 up armor saves. Make them all. Slap back from the Overlord into the Infernal Master. Hitting on 3s, hitting on 2s actually. Good start. But that's a wound though. So AB2, 1 damage. If you fail it, that's all you need.
Oh! CP reroll. So because my opponent's turn hasn't completed yet, I still get to use my last CP reroll.
Yes, do it.
Come on, give me a 5 or a 6.
6! Oh, he lives. So close.
That's not going to end well for you. And now for the Zangos to attack.
Yep.
So the 11 Zangos in combat, 3 attacks each. So hitting on 4s. Got a little exuberant there.
Okay, so wounding on 5s. Let's see. Not 4 1s. Okay, you get 3 1s. Oh! So close. Just to be safe, I'm going to CP reroll 1 of these. Okay. Just to get some more wounds back. Okay, that's a 2. He's fine. That was close, but he hangs on by a thread. That's probably it for the Necrons. We'll be back after T-Suns. Turn 3, turn 4?
Turn 4.
Turn 4. Yeah, you excited for that?
Thousand Suns turn 4. And there's not much to do really. Nowhere to move, nothing to do. I got 5 victory points because I was still sticky objectives on that one. And my Zang was still sort of within range. That's about all I scored. Let's move on to the glorious shooting and see if I can score some more.
Pistols into the 1 lone Overlord, I take it?
Yes. So I'll start with the Infernal Master because his enhancement turns his psychic powers into pistols.
Oh, wow.
So his Screamer Invocation with the hazardous profile.
Okay.
For 2d6 into the Overlord.
Oof.
7.
7. Wrong god, but so works.
So 7 attacks. Now that's auto wounding or auto hitting. So wounding on 3s because I'm strength 6, your toughness 5. That's 5 at a 6 at AP minus 2, 1 damage.
4 up and 1s. Oh, no. The 1 damage?
Yeah.
He's on 3 wounds left, but not enough to save him. Well, there you go. You get more victory points for that, sir.
Okay, let me see how much that is because it's D3. I wish it was more reliable, but it's D3. 3!
Okay, there you go. That's the max. That's a happy clapper right there. Cool. I think that's the Overlord dead, and the Zangos have nothing left to do. So
I think I can try to make a charge. It is an 8 in charge.
Into the Scorpex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not? Let's
Let's
live
try.
gloriously. And I cannot CP reroll this because you've got my objective.
Let's see what we can do.
Come on. Nope. 6.
Nope, that's a 6. Nope, the Zangos stay where they are.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Okay. So I think
That's it for Thousand Suns Turn 4.
Yep.
Quick, simple, painful for my opponent, the way I like it.
Okay, we'll be back after Necrons Turn 4. Movement. Okay, so Necrons Turn 4 has been interesting because I just figured out that my Scarabs are OC0, so they can't really hold any objectives. It makes me sad. But having said that, that just does change things on the scoreboard. Not too much for my plan. So this is what's happened over here. The Doomstalker stood still. Hopefully you're trying to get that +1 to hit because my Overlord's now dead. The Scorpex left that objective with the hopes of trying to get onto this one. So they've just moved the 7 inches. That's where they've ended up. The Scarabs on the other side over there, they can't hold that objective, but they can still stay in the back lines and get me points. So now it's all up to the Doomstalker and the Scorpex. So let's see what they do in the shooting phase, shall we? Let's start with the Doomstalker. So let's start with the Doomstalker using his big gun into the Scarabs. Now there's still 11 models there, so I still get +2 for blast. Let's aim for the Zangos. D6 +3. 2 +1. I will spend a CP. So 2 down to 1. Facepalm time. Alrighty. So 4 shots there. Hitting on 3s. Only 1 hit, but that's a wound at AP a lot.
So 6s.
That's cocked.
No,
No, that's one dead Zango. Okay, I can live with that. And let's do the gas flare. So it's only 1 shot here. That's a miss.
Oh well. So
Alrighty. He biffed, but
so 1 Zango died.
oh no! Look at that. Let's go for some charges from the Scorpex into the Zangos. So I just need a 2-inch charge to affect that, but let's see what I can get.
So I'm going to spend 1 CP on Malign Entanglement, which is my 3rd stratagem, which makes you -2 to charge.
Okay, my -2 to charge on a 2-inch charge.
Yes. So I want to watch you roll a 2 on a 1.
To make
So
that
you
so.
need a 4, I think.
I get a 6. I move 4 inches. Okay, so I've got 12 attacks coming in from the Scorpec destroyers. They've consolidated, they've piled in, and all of them can fight. But I'm going to be spending 1 CP on Disruption Fields, which is the Necron specific combat patrol stratagem. Basically what that does is gives me +1 strength to all my melee weapons, taking the Scorpex from strength 7 to strength 8, which means they'll be wounding the Zangos on 2s, hopefully doing some more damage to them. Doesn't affect the hit roll though, so let's see. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 2s now. So 8 at AP2.
8 at AP2. So 6s. Come on, make me watch them roll out of 6s.
Nope, you got 1.
Okay, so you've killed 7.
So that is now a contested objective. Fun, fun, fun.
Righty, and those remaining Zangos will attack back. So the remaining Zangos over there with 12 attacks, hitting on 4s, and wounding on 5s.
Yep. Okay, so 2, 3 up armors. Makes 1, takes 1 damage. How dare you?
Oh no, I did 1 damage. I see the suffering on your face.
I know. It's going to carry me for the next 65 million years. Alrighty, so I think that's pretty much it. Sucks that he's still contesting that objective, and I do not have sticky objectives back there. But we're going to be fighting on this one now. So, yeah. Let's see how things play out in turn 5. Starting with the Thousand Suns.
Thousand Suns, last round. This should be quick, simple, and not very good for me.
Okay.
So, in the command phase, I really scored nothing. I've got 2 capitalistic rituals, which can't really do much with it. In the movement phase, I've tried a little maneuver. It comes down to dice, essentially. So I've had my Zango fall back and kind of come just around it. So the got OC 8 on that.
Yep.
And my Infernal Masters come just 1 inch out from there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot you with my Infernal Master.
You did take a battle shock
yes.
check on these guys. Yep. You rolled an 8 and they're fine. So yeah, OC 8 is still a thing. Cool.
Okay. And now onto the shooting with my Infernal Master.
Okay.
Going for the hazardous psychic power again. So 2d6.
Someone's being a risky roller.
That's my last round. For 6.
Okay. 6 shots.
Alright, that's my last CP. Let's go for it.
Okay.
2d6. 10.
Nice. There you go.
Wounding on 4s.
So let's start with the guy that's behind the column. So I will get a cover save there.
Yep.
Let's see. 3 up armor. First guy saves the second, saves the third, and the fourth one kills him.
Okay.
Okay.
Now let's see how many VP that gets me. 2.
Okay. Nice.
I'll take that. And my Zango's gonna shoot, so then the Infernal Master will charge.
Oh, let's see. Okay.
And mighty 4 inches to make a 1 inch charge.
Right. Cool.
And boop.
Bonk. There we go.
And now the Infernal Master with his 4 attacks with his mighty warp powered bonk stick.
Okay. Let's see what the bonk stick can do.
Hitting on 3s.
Sorry. Now it's time for the Scorpex to fight back. I will be spending 1 more CP again for disruption fields. Hopefully to kill him off this time.
Once again, I forgot using my Cabalistic Ritual at the start of the phase, so... Oh well, there.
Okay, so 6 attacks, hitting on 3s, right. Wounding on 2s now. Okay, that got me that 1-2, so I'm happy with that.
3 5-ups, and my Infernal Master does have a special rule that I can turn one of his saves into a 6. So
okay. Yeah, I don't think he's coming back from that.
But that's a 6. Okay, so that's my Infernal Master dead.
Okay, that helps. And my Scorpex aren't going to consolidate just yet because someone sitting on the sidelines might be coming back soon.
Quasha is a very clear Necron victory, but I will give my opponent the satisfaction of wiping me off the board.
Okay, thank you. We'll be back at the end of the Necrons movement phase, turn 5. Okay, so Necrons, turn 5, the end of the battle. Good on you if you stuck with us for so long. It means we are putting out some good content and you must be really patient. So thank you. Nothing much to do in terms of battle shock and nothing much to do in terms of scoring because the Zangos still control that one.
Your reanimation frustrated me once more.
Yeah, because I rolled a 5, so that one dead Scorpec is back at full health now, so that's going to be fun. Besides that, movement phase, nothing else. They stood still. The Doomstalker stood still. Let's make this a quick one. Let's get into shooting. Doomstalker. The small gun's out of range, so it's just going to be the big gun going into the Zangos. Okay, so let's start off with the big gun on the Doomstalker. D6 plus 1 shots. No blast this time because you're only down to 4 Zangos. 3, okay, I'll take 4 shots, hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, 3 wounds.
Come on, 6s.
Nope, I took them all.
Alrighty.
So that's 3.
1 Zango left.
Okay.
The one brave, not a Tau Zango.
Okay, well, they are blue.
They got hooves.
So do Tau! They are blue.
They have hooves.
So do Tau!
They have feathers.
So do Tau! I mean, the crew, I think. Anyway, I could be wrong. I don't know much about Tau. Let's get into charging, shall we? Scorpex, would you like to make me -2 to charge? Okay, charges. Okay, that's an 8. Okay, let's roll some quick dice now. It's just 12 Scorpic destroyers into the 1 lone Zangor. That's a lot of misses. Wounding on 3s. Okay, I can live with that. Just 4. Now give me 4 6s. Nope. That Zango's dead.
And I am officially tabled.
Wow. And not a minute too soon, if I might add. Because now, at the end of the turn, because I went second, I score at the end of the turn, which means I now hold that objective and get some points on the secondary, which I think is 5.
And there's not a single 1,000 suns left on this planet, so the Necron reanimation will continue unimpeded.
Yes, but without their overlord. So this is going to be fun.
I'll give it time, he'll reanimate just like the freaking warriors.
Yeah, he will. But anyway, we'll do our final sums of scores and we'll see you back in the post-game debrief. Okay, so here we are, end of the game. We actually saw this one through to 5 turns, which is a rare thing for us given how badly we go into each other.
Yeah, no holds bar. That's how you know we're brothers.
Yeah, pretty much. We do need to apologize though. Earlier on in the game, I did count the scores for the Scarabs for holding the midfield objective. We miscalculated because the Scarabs actually have an OC of 0, so I could not have been holding that objective. So we took off the points for that.
Yes.
With that said, what's our final score, Jukes?
So the 1,000 Suns got a whopping 28 victory points, and the Necrons got a measly 32.
Yeah, close enough. So it's been a Necron victory after the points were adjusted, of course. They played quite well. I like the warriors that just refuse to die.
I don't.
So maybe you should play Necrons too next time. You can borrow my army.
Well, until next time, we've been 6-sided scribes, and remember, let the stories roll.